Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a realization that I had. So today we're going to talk exactly why you should never chase women and ground it around the law of attraction, but in a quite different way. You could say that the law of attraction is the law of gravity, the law of energy, vibrance, vibe, frequency, whatever you want to call it. This is really a raw video. I have not prepared it. This is a realization that I had about something I've been thinking about months, and today, it just clicked. Today it just clicked, and I just want to share it with you. Now, the funny thing is that on purpose I have made this slide so abstract because this is what this idea is. And as the video progresses, I will be analyzing this idea. So this is not structured. It aims to unlock the unconscious mind that you have and not the conscious one. So I'm just putting it out here. You can agree, you can disagree, you can hate. It's all up to you. I don't give a fuck. I'm just putting it out there because it just feels right. So, why you should never chase women? You should think yourself as a man as a complex human being. And conceptually, you should think of yourself as something that is higher energy, higher frequency, higher complexity, higher gravity, higher power than what a woman is. And I don't say this in a racist way, but I say it that you should feel it in you. You should believe it. You should place yourself, your own self image, about any other person, but also any other woman, because this video is about women. If you are a gay man, if you're a lesbian, I don't know, maybe you should do the same. Even if you are a woman, you may should do the same. So this is why you should never chase people, and how you can use the law of attraction, or what I would like to call the law of gravity, to your own strengths. So you should be a garden. This is like a first conceptual example to make this more simple to your brain. You should be a garden, and you should try to be as beautiful of a garden as you can. But even if you are not the most beautiful garden, the butterflies will still come to you as long as you are a garden. So, when you don't chase women, and I will give more examples later on, you are a garden, you become a garden. And butterflies, which in our case is women, come to you. Even if you are not the most beautiful, the biggest, the shiniest garden, butterflies will come to you. Bugs will come to you. Things will come to you because you exist. You have an energy. All right? So, this is the first conceptual example. Another example that is more connected with a universal law, the law of gravity, where gravity happens due to mass. And mass, as Einstein told, is energy. All right? Mass is energy. And mass creates gravity. Gravity makes things get pulled to you. Gravity pulls due to its mass. So you should think yourself, another example, is you should think yourself as the sun. You are the sun. You emit energy. Your energy. You have mass. And the planets get pulled to you. They exist around you. The bigger you are as a sun, the more energy you have, the more mass you have, the more gravity you have, the more you pull. The bigger planets you can pull. So women should come to you through the law of gravity. You emit energy in all directions, effortlessly. You don't direct your energy in specific planets. You exist. The planets come to you, and because the planets come to you, they get part of your energy. They don't deplete you though. They just get the energy that you naturally emit without getting depleted. This is another conceptual idea. So let's give a real world example of why you should be a sun, why you should be a garden, and what happens when you aren't. So if you are not a garden, or if you are not a sun, if you don't pull, if you don't attract, because the garden is the attraction. As a garden, you attract butterflies. As a sun, you pull through gravity, the law of gravity. You pull planets. So this is our two conceptual different examples. And in the real world, for example, when you go into the club, if you're like this guy, you are not a garden because you chase the butterfly. You essentially become the butterfly to a woman. And this is something that very good looking women do. They become gardens and they attract men. And men become butterflies. But naturally, women are made to be planets and women are made to be butterflies, not gardens. And men, real men, high value men that get successful with women, pull them, become gardens. So your job is to be a garden and the woman's job is to be a butterfly, to be a planet. You need to be the sun. So you don't want to be this guy that chases women in the clubs. You want to be like kind of these guys where you're grounded and women come to you. You pull them through your gravity, your mass, your energy. You pull them through attraction. So the very simple idea. You go into the club. Think about two men. One man goes into the club, starts watching, looking at the surroundings, finding women, seeing women. This is the pick-up artist style of thing. They see the women, they deplete their energy slowly. They look at this. Do they take validation? Then they look to the other. Do they take validation? They give energy. They chase. They try to go into a garden as a butterfly. But they're not meant to be the butterflies. They are meant to be the gardens. They are meant to be the suns that attract planets. The sun is supposed to be the sun, and the planets revolve around him. Even if he's a small sun, planets will go around him. But if the sun is smaller than a planet, then he will revolve around the bigger planet. So that's also a problem. You need in your brain to think that you are such a big sun that the planets will come to you. And as a sun, you actually may not want that very huge planet to come to you. However, the funny thing in the nature is that the sun and a very big or bigger planet, they may be able to rotate each other around themselves. That may work as well. But this is on nature, on probabilities. These guys, the pickup artist way, due to probabilities, they may have a 5% opportunity to get a woman. They may talk to 20 women, one of them, through probability, may sit with them, fuck with them. But you don't really want to play this probability. Because when you play this probability, you deplete energy. Those 20 tries will deplete your energy. What you want to be is to be the garden, to be the sun, and you pull. You don't waste your energy. You pull. You go into the club, you are this other guy that goes into the club, goes into space, goes into life, and attracts. He goes in the club, he doesn't give a fuck about the surroundings. In his mind, he's above everyone, everything. He's bigger than everything around him. It's like the beautiful car that you see on the road. This beautiful car doesn't give a fuck. Everyone's watching it, goes around, takes photos. The car doesn't give a fuck. It's there. It radiates beautifulness. It radiates attraction. It pulls people through gravity. That's what you want to be in life. You want to pull, you don't want to chase. As a man in your mind, you should place yourself, even if you fake it at first. But on the long term, you should be in your head above everything else, conceptually. You want to be the sun, you want to be the garden, and everything will come to you. Why this idea is so important? When you are the sun, when you are the garden, you don't deplete your battery, your energy, as these guys will do for their attempts to fuck or whatever, get an opportunity or whatever. Whereas when butterflies come, when the planets come, they add to your energy. So you have 100% energy and the butterflies give you a plus 10%, a plus 10%. And the more planets that go around you, the more the mass of this system increases. So you attract more and more and more and more and more and more and more, as much as could possibly be. So you want to be that sun that attracts without depleting itself. You want to be the garden where the butterflies come and they add to your attraction. They add to the beautifulness. You want the planets to come to increase your mass. But you can only do that by thinking yourself above the things that are around you. You have to think yourself as a higher being than the ones around you. And you don't have to think it in a very narcissistic way. You just have to be grounded, you have to be in the present moment, and you have not to be a pussy. All right? So this is the epiphany that I had. It may be wrong, it may be right, but it just makes so much sense. And I have been applying this into my life, and my life is always more beautiful when I try this approach versus this other approach of being the butterfly, the creepy guy, the flirty guy. It just, I sit around and go back into my life, and I've seen that every time that I was the sun, everything was more beautiful, more great. The women that came into my life a lot better. My energy more high than ever. You want to pull. And this is about everything in life. This is a nature. This is a law of nature. You attract, you have gravity, and you should be like that. In everything you do in your life, you put your energy there through mass, but you not give it to butterflies, to planets. You're there and the things just come to you. I hope this makes sense. I tried to give example. I tried to show you different ways of thinking about it, but it just makes so much sense to me and I want to share it with you. Thank you so much for watching.